Where are you from?
I was born in Vegas. I grew up in Atlanta. Long story short, I would just say born in Vegas, but grew up in Atlanta, raised in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Coming up in Atlanta, you know?
Yeah.
But majority of the time, I would say I'd be on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was life like growing up in Atlanta?
Life growing up in Atlanta, I mean, you first get to the city and you feel me, you gotta, just like anywhere else, adapt. So one thing I definitely recognize about Atlanta is everybody in Atlanta is a certified hustler, man. You put someone in Atlanta, that man can conquer the world if he wanted to. You feel me? Vice versa when it comes to other certain states, like New York, for example. You know, sink or swim environments.
Yeah.
It'll bring either the best out of you or the worst out of you. You feel me? Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Were you an artistic child?
Growing up, yeah, hell yeah. I was in band. I did all different types of stuff when it comes to visual arts, like everything. Like, man, when it came to the music end though, I was always doing music. Like my whole life has been music. I was doing chorus, I was doing band for years. Band, I played multiple instruments. Anything you can damn near think of, first chair in it, yeah, that's me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I did marching band too. That was pretty cool. For the most part, it's always just been me working on the instrumentation side, like conducting and putting together the music on the instruments, you feel me? But one day I just woke up and was like, you feel me, like, why not put it all together, you feel me?
Do you come from a musical family?
I would say I come from a musical background, but in terms of the lane and the direction I'm going in generally, I would say I'm making my own lane for myself, you know, creating my own legacy.
And so who in your family made music?
My brother, he makes music, Wadi of Zion. If y'all want to check him out, he's an artist as well. I'll be doing shows with him, all different types of stuff. But yeah, he's an artist as well. My cousin was always blasting music. My cousin doesn't make music, but you feel me, she was always in the scene. So I would definitely say she played an influence on me getting into the music too. It's just a lot of little things that I kind of picked up on growing up and the people I was around, you know?
Yeah. What was the first song that you put out?
First song I put out. That's a good question. First song, man. I want to say Like Me. It was on SoundCloud. Like Me. Yeah, with my brother Wadi of Zion. Yeah, Like Me.
How old were you?
Maybe 18, 19? Maybe 18, 19. Yeah.
And how did your peers respond to that release?
It was going pretty good at the time. We had, man, it's crazy, think about it. Like, so it was a whole situation going on, you know, with the system. And at the time, I was just on some, you feel me, like, you know, screw it. I might as well see what this music talking about, right? And I ended up setting up a whole bunch of shows with my brother Wadi of Zion, shout out to him. And we was running it up, long story short. We came to the conclusion that, you feel me, work today for a better tomorrow. So we had started really taking off with the shows and actually getting more of a buzz, you know, being in front of people's faces and actually being able to connect with other people's energy so they could see in front of their face what it is and know what it is instead of just, you feel me? It's a lot different when you meet someone in person than just swiping on your phone. You feel me? But yeah, like, long story short, the shows and the music just began to mix, and I just found a mesh between it. That's all I would really say it was. It's not really necessarily, you know, what could have been or anything. You feel me? I don't regret anything.
And so are y'all throwing your own shows, or are they like group shows? What is it?
I would say both. Like, what I would say is right now, I'm just focused on delivering the message. You know what I mean? And by all means, you know, you might see me throw a show, you feel me? You might see me host a show. You might see me be a part of a show. You feel me? You might see me be a part of a festival and so on and so forth. But man, when it comes to all of that, I just grind. Like scratch everything, I just grind. You feel me? Just grind. It don't matter if you throwing the show. It don't matter if you performing with the show. It's more so being a part of the art.
So after that first drop, did you sign to a label, or like what did you do? Did you form your own label? What was the next step?
So after the first drop, from there on forth, it was really more so just pushing down on the gas more. You feel me? I feel like a lot of people tend to say it's a matter of time with a lot of things, but really it's a matter of you. You feel me? Like, don't focus on like, oh, you feel me, over time it's just gonna happen. If you thinking like that way, why not think, oh, you feel me, if it's gonna happen over time, then wouldn't that rely on me? You feel me? You get time, but you don't get to just have time, like spare time, you feel me? Like, time is the one thing as humans that we get, but can't give or get back, you feel me? So it's like, I tell people, be wise with your time. We live in days of our future past constantly. But in all honesty though, I would say when I dropped for the first time, that was when I realized I wanted to do this music for real. And I started putting a lot more energy into it. I started taking my time with the production. I produced my own beats. I work on different frequencies because I know different frequencies target certain sections of the brain in your mind. And what it does is it opens a whole pathway for when I'm creating as an artist, for you to be able to perceive and for you to be able to heal, for you to be able to adapt. It all depends on the frequency, scenario, and situation. But I'm not gonna get too into it. But it's definitely something to keep your eye out on. Do your research, frequencies.
Do you feel like you use some of that sort of like metaphysic inspiration in your music?
Well, when it comes to my music, I would definitely say a lot of times I'm very, very firm on energy being created but not destroyed. So I'm careful with the things I say, and at the same time, I know it's all for the better. You know, like everything I'm doing now is so that when later on, when later on does come, I'll be able to look back and fully acknowledge everything I'm doing right now. Because not everybody's doing what I'm doing right now. And I'm not doing what everybody else is doing right now. But either way it go, you can't change what already is.
Yeah.
What's meant to be will be.
Has your music career caused any conflicts in your personal life?
Yeah. I'll say that. As far as like privacy, you feel me? Like, it's not as private as it used to be, you know what I mean? Like, when you not doing music or I guess necessarily an entertainer or looking for the attention, like if I drop music, you feel me, obviously I'm gonna want people to listen to it, you feel me? But like vice versa, if it's someone else who's just, you feel me, like minding their business, I kind of miss that. I kind of miss walking down the street, you know what I mean? And it's like being able to chill, and it's like nowadays they just be posted in the cut like a Band-Aid, like, hey yo, you trying to work? Hey yo, you feel me? But nah, don't get it twisted. I'm always ready to work, you feel me? We grinding, but I do definitely miss it sometimes, just being part of the background essentially.
Yeah. So what's your studio process like? Are you punching in, or do you write your lyrics? What are you doing?
One take.
One take?
Yep.
Okay.
One take.
And so, as someone who's been a student of music, you were in chorus. I think you said you were in a band too, right?
Yeah.
But why is it that you took the one take route as opposed to like writing your music?
Well, when it comes to me actually getting into the process of making music, what helps me is doing these one takes, because I don't know, believe it or not, a lot of people don't know it, but if you know, you know. When I started originally rapping, I was freestyling in school. Like, I would be in school and we would be doing like battle rap, you feel me? And it's like I just took it from there and started to just keep on going and focusing on how can I get better, you feel me? Like, as far as being versatile, and at the same time with my delivery, my cadence, my flow, my everything is original to me. So I realized if I'm trying to punch it in, it's like a lot of times I'll be like, dang, it sounds forced, or it sounds like I'm trying to be something else, you feel me? So a lot of times you'll catch me on the one takes. The one takes I feel deliver a lot more, and I also feel that it hits different just saying it was a one take, because you're being able to put everything out within one take, you know? Like, not a lot of people process, you know, what it takes to be able to do that. But when it comes to the one takes, what I will say is the delivery is always 10 times better in my opinion. But yeah.
Do you feel like the sort of like one takes is pushing the culture forward in terms of like the content that's being put out, or like how do you feel about it?
I would probably say that I think the one take style is definitely not around as much, you feel me? But I definitely do see the punch-ins on the rise. Like, I always tell people, just do what works for you. Don't worry about nobody else, just do what works for you. You feel me? It's really not that difficult to explain when it comes to finding ideally what makes you comfortable.
Right.
But the type of person I am, I just become comfortable being uncomfortable. You feel me? So I'm good with either or, but I just prefer punch-ins. I mean, not punch-ins, one takes, my bad. I slept like 2 hours.
No, it's the same.
I slept like 2 hours.
No, you good.
But yeah, in all honesty, you know, I always pride myself on telling people, you know, life is a marathon, it's not a race, you know. It's more so about the journey, not the destination. So just try new things, you know. See what makes you happy. Don't worry about what makes others happy, and focus on the things you can change, not the things you can't.
What's your ultimate aspiration with the music?
My goal at the end of the day is to leave a legacy, to be remembered and to be cherished, you know, in all honesty, because I really don't do all of this for nothing. What I want to focus on is helping the people who I feel I can truly speak for. And what I mean when I say that is, if you listen to my music, you'll understand. You know, a lot of times people feel misunderstood or lost, voided in a way. And what I want to do is help people. I generally want to help people because I believe in treating people the way you want to be treated. And what makes me different, and what also makes my following different, is that you see the energy. You see it more so than you believe, because when it comes down to it, I know that my following got my back. And I don't even consider it my following, I consider them my supporters. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. And I want you to all know that each and every single one of you matter. And without y'all, isn't no real one and only. But in all honesty, at the end of the day with this music, I truly believe that I want to be successful. I also want to make sure that I take care of my loved ones. And other than that, I'm just trying to see how far I could go.
Yeah. For someone watching this who aspires to do what you do, what advice would you have for them?
For somebody watching this, if you want to do what I do, or just in general, I guess adventure into the lane I'm in with music, or whether it be with clothing, I also have a clothing brand, or whether it be with just anything in general, anything you want to do, put your mind to it. And anything you set your mind to do, you can do it. The mind is powerful, and a lot more so than you might believe. But I'm telling you right now, all those moments where you're sitting questioning, man, what if I just, or how should I? You gotta just jump in. You don't know until you know, and you don't know until you try. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So those moments where you're sitting down and you wondering, man, like if I would've gave this a shot by now, I wonder where I would've been at. You would have known if you would have tried. You feel me? Don't block your own blessings. Just focus on trusting the process and fall in love more so with the journey, not the destination. And I would definitely say, stay motivated, stay positive, protect your energy.